Finally, tonight we go down to the desert, Arizona, where the defending Western Conference champions, the Phoenix Suns, got off to a good start against the Dallas Mavericks. They win 121-114 last night. DeAndre Ayton, their high man, with 25 points, also had 8 rebounds. Devin Booker still trying to progress his way back into the fold. He had 23 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. Chris Paul, 19 points and just 3 assists, but good enough. The Mavericks get a great night from Luka. He poured in 45 points, was 15 for 30, also 12 rebounds and 8 assists. The supporting cast, though, not quite up to par, especially considering a guy with a jersey number of 42, the second leading scorer for him with 19 points. He hit 5 for 8 from 3. That would be Maxi Kleber. But just 13 points on 6 for 16 for Jalen Brunson, who has really emerged in that first round series, kept him afloat while they were waiting for Luka to come back. Another somewhat underwhelming performance from Spencer Dinwiddie. Drink, did this game encourage you or discourage you from what you saw from the Mavericks?
If Mark Cuban came out right now and said, I'm thinking about changing the team name from the Dallas Mavericks to the Dallas Maverick, I wouldn't be mad. Because Maverick,
the Dallas Doncic.
Yeah, just Maverick, just one single guy, just one guy. Because that's what it looks like out there. And I'm gonna tell you right now, folks, I don't care how good Luka is. Dang, yeah. So I'm gonna tell you right now, that's not gonna cut it. You're not gonna beat the number 1 seed, the number 1 overall seed in the NBA with one single guy. That's just not gonna cut it. And as much as, well, I don't even know why I'm surprised, because they've been one guy since I can remember. I'm trying to think, like, when the hell did he ever have somebody to really be consistent anyway? Jalen Brunson just came alive. So, Jay, I know you love yourself some Luka. I think he's a phenomenal young talent. Hey, man, he about to be in Russell Wilson territory here. You know how we always cry, hey, man, get this man an offensive lineman. God, can the man get some protection? He would be so much more elite if he had some protection. Well, Luka, he's in that range where we like, come on, get the man some help. The team would be so much better if the man had some help. That's what Luka at right now. We see what he done in the past against. He's the Los Angeles Clippers killer pretty much in the past. And then we know what his talent level is. We know what he can do. But it's just like, what's the use of, I don't know, having a Rolls Royce if you stay in a trailer park? It's just like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? What are we doing here? You got a Clydesdale's horse in there, but you don't got no stable for him? You come out of the back of your house or something? It's just, come on, man. What are we doing? Like, it's this offseason, I expect Mark Cuban to upgrade that roster. You gave him a good coach. I like Jason Kidd, and I think Jason Kidd is probably using him to the best he can use him without knowing what the rest of the team gonna do. But listen, we talked about this earlier. Dorian Finney playing 40 minutes. I get it. He a 3-and-D guy. You got to give me more than that, though. You're playing 40 minutes. Luka played 44. You played 40. Nobody else was in the 40-minute range. Everybody else was under that. I get it. If he a 3-and-D guy, I got that. But if you're going to tell me that's the guy to play the second most minutes, well, what in the hell is Jalen Brunson and Spencer Dinwiddie? And like, Spencer Dinwiddie played 30 minutes, got you a whopping 8 points. Like, I don't give a rip that he coming off the bench. You got him on the team for a reason. He's supposed to be that guy to get the second unit going. That's not going to cut it. That's just not going to cut it. Jalen Brunson, we done had all this to say about him in the first round against Flat Soda. So we looking real good when we out here going against stale bread and we feeding it out the seagulls on the beach. We look real good, right? But then when we out here playing some premier talent, when we playing a premier team, now you look like Jalen Brunson. You look like that dude that was, flop around with the G League for a little bit. We're going to need you to come on with it, all right? Like, we can't have you giving us a flash in the pan against Utah and then not showing up again. Because if at this rate, Luka might be facing a young sweeper rooster. So they might want to help this man out to make this series competitive. And on to Phoenix, man. DeAndre Ayton played a good game. I just didn't think he played the game that I envisioned in my head. I thought he was going to come out here and just straight wreck shop, start putting people in foul trouble good and early. But like you said, somehow he'll lose that free throw line. I don't know how you do it. But I really thought him and Chris Paul was going to have a game plan to where like they was going to really beat up on that front court of the Mavericks, and they didn't really do it. Not to say they really needed to, because when you look at the starting five, the way that the points are spread out, it was pretty evenly. Usually, like I say, if you get productivity from your starting five like that, it's usually a good thing. You're usually either you either win the game you're playing, or you're very competitive in the game that you're playing. When you have it like spread out like they did, because everybody came to the part of the play. Then you look at Cam Johnson, he come off the bench. He gave you I looked at it earlier. I want to say like 17 off the bench. But you look at these things. Listen, Jay, all I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna wrap this up because Zoom ain't our best friend right now. And I'm gonna say this. At the end of the day, if this is what they're gonna give Luka for the rest of this series, go ahead and pack him up. I know Luka's an elite talent, but the basketball takes more than one guy. Not even Michael Jordan could win by himself. So with that said, that you need more. I'm sorry, you need more. Whoever your second guy that played that many minutes, he's gonna have to give you more. If Dorian is just a defensive guy, then Jack Bronson and Dinwiddie and all those guys just need to do more. It's just that simple. Because as you see over there at Phoenix, they got their act together. They trying to make it back to the NBA Finals. They ain't got time for none of this. They ain't gonna be flopping around. I got what we seen against New Orleans. Last night wasn't what we seen against New Orleans. They came out to play. All right. So different series, different attitude, what might have you. And I got a feeling that at some point we're gonna get to see a dominant Deontay Ayton. And when we see that dominant Ayton, I think that's when Dallas really, really gonna be in trouble. Because 42 for Maxi Kleber is his name, I guess. But for what it's worth, right? If they just say Ayton would have wore him out and got him in foul trouble, you wouldn't have got those points from him because he's been riding the bench. So it's like that's something to think about. Like you might not even have Cleaver like that for the majority of the series if Phoenix start playing a different brand of basketball. So yeah, man, this series could be over quick if Luka don't get some help, quick, fast, and in the hurry.
Even with that, the fact that he didn't get any help, didn't get as much help as he should have. 45 though, man, that's a lot. And then they got Bridges, they got Crowder. I really thought that was 45 points against a defensive player of the year finalist, and like Jay Crowder, pound for pound, one of the toughest and most like the classic, like you don't want to see that guy in an alley at night. You don't want nothing to do with that guy. And yet Luka, undeterred, puts 45 on their heads.
Listen, all I'm gonna say is this. That's cool he did that, but he took the same L that Trae Young took with 2 points. L is an L. Got it? Fantastic, yo. But he listen, Jordan scored 63 points in the game and lost. Like, it is what it is. Like, he needs help to win the game. Because whether he scored 12 would be cool, but if he won, you got to win the game. I get it.
But there is, even though I get it, it's an L is an L, but I mean, I think it matters how you lose. Like Luka out here putting up 45, going 15 for 30 is completely different than Trae Young putting up 8 and going 2 for 11.
He been losing impressive since he been in the NBA, since we put it that way. He been losing impressive. He's been taking teams to 6 games since he been in the NBA. What has he got?
All right, Luka, we need 60 from you now. Step it up. You're not doing that. But yeah, I mean, look, if that's what Luka is going to give you, I gotta believe. I don't know if I don't think you can get swept if that's what he's doing. Not saying he'll get you 45 a night, but if he can get you 35 a night, all it takes is for those other guys to adjust a little bit and play. Because they look, Brunson can play better than that. And Dinwiddie's just due at this point. He's due to come out here and give you some, give you 20 off the bench. He's got to do better and bring the juice for that second unit. The other thing is, I don't know what the hell some of this crap is about these front court people. Dwight Powell in 42 with your combined 2 rebounds. What is this? And I will tell you again what I told you last week. Jason Kidd, you need to page Marjanovic, get him off the State Farm commercials. I think he needs some minutes. I mean, he gonna do better than 2 rebounds. He's gonna do better than that. And I mean, he can be effective on the offensive side. It might cost you in the pick and roll game on defense, but man, at least like if you give up some wide open shots, they're gonna miss some, and he's gonna at least clean the glass for you. So I mean, the front you gotta do better on the glass. They lost the rebounding game by 15. Luka out here leading you in rebounding with 8. Your center Powell gets 1. 42 gets 1. I mean, come on, man. Like you can't allow these guys to just completely just overrun you on the glass. But of course, Luka's got to get more help. It's got to be, I think Dorian Finney-Smith did his job. 42 did his job. It's got to be those secondary guys, the same dudes that kept you afloat in the Utah series have got to just do this, be the Robin and be the third wheel. Brunson and Dinwiddie, they obviously got to be a little bit better. And I think they will be. Now it might not mean that they win the series, but I don't see a sweep in this one. But then think about it like this. Coming against and playing the defending champions or defending Western Conference champions, that is, it is a little bit different than playing in flat sodas. So maybe game 1 was just an adjustment period and these guys weren't as prepared as they thought they was. Now coming into game 2, they know more what to expect. They understand what's going to be required. Maybe that'll have something to do with it too, because I know you and I both agree playing Phoenix is way different than playing Utah, because Utah out here halfway clowning around, and we know it's true. So I mean, maybe that's part of it too, and maybe them having a better understanding of who they're going up against, maybe that'll make somewhat of a difference.